What up, though? This is your boy Mike D, host of Wrestling from the 313. And my guest today, he is one of the 5 co-hosts of the Holy Shhhh Podcast. And of course, he is a Detroit native from just like me as well. My guy, Abe from Detroit. What up, though, homie?
What up, though, bro? Everything good with you tonight?
Oh, yeah, man. Just chilling out, was catching a little NXT a little while ago, but ready to get this show on the road.
Let's do it. Appreciate you inviting me on, man.
No problem. So I know you've been doing stuff online on social media, putting out mad content, and you've been having people on your show, but we're gonna let people get to know you a little bit. So we're gonna ask you a couple questions, so that people can get that Detroit vibe.
For sure. I'm with it. Let's do it.
Cool. So real quick, starting off, how did you become a wrestling fan?
When I first started watching wrestling, it was a while ago. I'm gonna give away my age when I start talking about this, but I wasn't a big fan because I just looked fake. But I saw, to me, still one of the greatest tag teams ever by the name of the Rockers, and I saw them flying off the top rope. Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty. I saw them flying off the top rope. It just blew me away when I was a kid watching them. And I think from that moment on, I have been hooked, absolutely hooked. I took a little break at the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression era. I might have took like 2 years off during that, like the birth of Cena, pretty much. When he first came out, I missed that maybe 2.5 year gap, but I have not missed a day since then, man.
That's what's up. So I know you said the Rockers were your favorites. Who were some of your other favorites?
Rockers for sure. Macho Man. I was a huge Warrior fan, and as racist as he is today, back then I was a Hogan fan. I ate my vitamins. I saved my prayers. I ripped shirts like a motherfucker. So I don't care how many niggas he done called me, man. That guy brought me to the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
hey, I was one of them kids. I was one of them kids. If I when they used to have the ice cream bars, if I had Hulk Hogan on the cookie and I had the card, I felt like I won the lottery, man.
I know what you mean, man.
We got a couple comments real quick. We got Crander Q from the Friends of the Square Circle. He has arrived. What up, though? Also, we got Minx Mayhem, one of the co-hosts of the Holy Shhhh Podcast. What up, Minx? Got another comment. Friends of the Square Circle. I try to forget Sean's hair on the Rockers. Yeah, he did have it.
Right.
And we got Chuck Jordan.
What are you shaking your head for? Get the hell out the chat. Get back to work.
And we got another from Crander Q, Pops. Appreciate y'all leaving comments. So fast forward, you starting off a wrestling fan, the Rockers were one of your favorites. Let's fast forward to now. You starting the Holy Shhhh Podcast. What inspired you to start the podcast, and how did you and your other co-hosts come together?
Well, we all came together. Most of us was friends, but Minx was more so fate, like the way I met Minx. I'm a bit of a religious person, and I was reading a part in the book. I ain't gonna say which book because people gonna be like, you know how people be, but it was a book. My religion is my religion. But anyway, I was reading a part in the book, and it was telling me to embrace mayhem, and through that you will find your peace. And I remember I logged on and I just saw Minx's page, and it was like a sign. And ever since then we've been cool with her, and we just been rocking and rolling. But what got me into it was I was doing Lions and Pistons and like reviewing music, and it felt like a job, but I just love wrestling. So I just took the skills I learned from podcasting through those avenues, And then now we doing the Holy Shhhh. It's my field. I'm in the media. I'm in the graphics, all that stuff. And I love wrestling. So just merging those worlds, it's been like a hell of a ride. I love all my castmates. It's like the perfect Fab Five in my book.
That's what's up. We got another comment from Chuck. Hogan is a menace. He should be in jail.
He should be right next to R. Kelly, but guess what? I'm going to still rep Hogan and I'm going to still play I Believe I Can Fly. I don't care what they did.
You know what? That's kind of how I feel about Hogan. It's like, you know, it leave a bad taste in your stomach because it's like, especially if you grew up on him and he was a fan of him, to hear him now and the stuff that he said years back, you know, the racist comments. But it's like you still can't take away. I still got him on my Mount Rushmore, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he did a lot for the business, so you know,
Right.
you can't take that away from him.
Can't take that away from him, not at all, man. But I don't want to get it misconstrued. What he did was wrong. He don't deserve to be on TV today. And all the criticism he get is 100% valid. So if y'all hate him, I hate him. I don't want to discredit the respect I have for his craft.
And we got Crander Q. He say, I agree with Chuck.
Yeah, when you start talking about Hogan, people come out. It's passion about that.
Right.
We should skip the topic. I'm telling you.
So real quick, I noticed on a couple of y'all, couple of videos that you put out, you guys have been hitting a couple of independent shows. So is that something that you guys are going to be looking into, possibly having independent wrestlers as guests?
Yes and no. So we had started off, and that was 100% the goal. We was going to travel the indie scene and do all type of stuff. We went to Pure Pro Wrestling last weekend. That was dope. But we just got a nice offer from Superior Championship Wrestling. So it seems like we may be exclusively only covering their stuff. Our indie days might be coming to an end soon. But
That's
Superior Championship Wrestling, we're gonna be working with them real heavily in the future. But you never know, man. You know, we still gonna cover WWE, all the main stuff. But as far as indies, it might stop now at Superior Championship Wrestling.
That's what's up. And I went to one of their shows a couple years ago. They put on a real good show.
Yeah,
they used to do shows.
Good people, man.
They used to do shows out in Berkeley.
Yep.
Yeah, and they do real good shows. Real good shows.
They in Royal Oak now. They about to expand to downtown Detroit. So yeah, they got some stuff coming, and hopefully we about to be a part of the ride.
That's what's up. Yeah, that definitely.
Yep.
So let's talk. Let's get into some WWE.
Let's do it.
Been a lot that's been going on. I know you guys been taking a little break.
I ain't been able. I'm dying to talk about it, man. I'm dying. We've been off for a month.
Yeah. So I know everybody's been. I know you saw, and it's still kind of hot right now. The John Cena heel turn.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the John Cena heel turn?
The heel turn itself, I'm happy for it. I'm glad it happened. The execution a little bit pissed me off. You know what I mean? People can't compare it to Hogan because I feel like that was just genuine wrestling. When Travis Scott was allowed to be in that ring for that monumental moment, to me, that just made it gimmicky. It took away. We all know wrestling is not real, people. It is not real. But to us fans, it's like a loyal thing to just have wrestlers in the ring. They're the trained professionals. They're the athletes. When you bring somebody gimmicky in, it just ruins the segment. So I am happy that the heel turn happened. I'm pretty sure. Well, I think they're going to be in Belgium next week. You get Cody and Cena face off. That's going to be magic. But that, to me, I don't care what nobody say. Travis Scott ruined that moment for me. It didn't ruin it completely. It just took down the quality of it. You know what I mean? It could have been bigger if it was just wrestlers. But I know what they're doing now. You know, it's media. It's Travis Scott is one of the biggest artists ever, so they appeasing people other than us. You know what I mean? So I understand.
Yeah. I think his heel turn was probably like the second biggest heel turn
Mm-hmm.
after Hogan's. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say second, um, because it was like people wanted Cena to turn heel. So it
Right.
was like when he did, it was still a surprise, but it was kind of like, yes, finally it happened. When Hulk Hogan turned heel, which I still say is the biggest, the best heel turn ever in wrestling, people were literally mad. Like,
Yeah.
how dare you do this to us? You know, they were throwing tape, they were throwing cups, and that's how mad people was. Even Mean Gene came in there like, bro, nah, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't have that impact, but it was up there. Um, I'm interested to see what he's gonna look like, what he's gonna say, just the whole look, you know what I'm saying? And I think and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think he's leaving with the title at Mania.
Oh man, I do too. You know, I mean, you know me, man. You know I'm a Cody guy. I'm gonna ride with Cody to the day he die. That's my
Hey,
guy.
that.
If you don't watch the show, just know that I will fight you for some Cody Rhodes. But I might have to agree with you, man. It just seems like it's right. You know, let
Yeah,
him take it, and he got a show. Everybody's saying that Mania is his last date, but he booked for another pay-per-view in Boston after Mania. So maybe that might be the one where he drops the title. But we'll see.
yeah,
I don't know. I hope he don't win, but I understand how business go, and I could definitely see him taking that.
yeah. So real quick about the Rock. So you notice like every time the Rock do like the little cutthroat thing, he always do like a one finger or a two finger. Do you
Yeah.
think that they gonna add somebody else to their little group? Because I think so.
Oh man, you know, I've been looking into the Rock stuff. Even when he was doing the one and he put the L up, I thought that meant something too. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe he just getting old and he meant to do one, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind them. But the question would be, you know, I take a line from the New Day. Who, you know, who would it
Right.
be? You know, because those are two symbolic figures. I couldn't see somebody else fitting into that group and making it make sense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have to be somebody huge, you know? I don't know who's that big that would convert over like that.
And then even just with the certain like with the storylines, like it seemed like all the storylines that you look at now, the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk and Seth Rollins, all of this is connected to the bloodline.
Yep.
You know, so it wouldn't make sense for them. But we just lost 8.
You said what? I'm still here.
Uh-oh. I
I'm
think we
good.
just lost 8.
You ain't losing me. I'm here.
Give us 1 second, y'all. Uh, give us 1 second. All
Good.
right, we got you back. Yeah, we lost the connection for a minute. We got you
Okay.
back.
I was still there. I was talking to you like I'm still here.
Because I just seen your picture was still spinning or
Okay,
whatever.
cool.
But yeah, it just seemed like all the stories is like connected to Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it would be interesting to see like what third person that they bring in. I wouldn't be surprised if that third person end up being Travis Scott, because I have heard that he's been training to be a wrestler.
Yeah, unfortunately he has.
So what
Unfortunately
you think
he
about the whole thing with him and slapping Cody the way he did? Like Bubba Ray Dudley was pissed. He said, man, he need to have his jaw wire shut.
Right, but then Travis came back and he put up a comment saying, "I beat Bubba ass." And that was funny as hell to me. He's like, "I slap the shit out of you too." That was a dog ass comeback. Now, at first, I thought it was just him not being professionally trained or kind of maybe too lit, had a little bit too much to drink, and got in there a little too hyped. But once I saw the T-shirt come out that said "Wrestling is real," I was like, "Oh, they staged that." Somebody told him to hit him that hard because his shirt is selling like crazy. I bought one. I done bought one. So I think it might be actually something that was genius, and they actually planned that out. Cody or somebody told Travis to hit him that hard so that they could release the shirt. At first, like I was saying, I was pissed. I thought it was unprofessional. I was thinking just like Bubba was, but now I'm starting to see, oh, they planned that. They wanted him to hit Cody that hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's talk about the other world title, the other title match, Jey Uso versus Gunther. How you feeling about that story, and what you like about it so far?
Other than Jey Uso's entrance, I pretty much don't like nothing about that. Nothing that's going on, man. I'm sorry. I'm not the biggest Gunther fan, so I have not enjoyed his world title reign. I do not like the feud they have. It's not interesting. With everything that is going on, for that to be the world title, I would much rather see what the hell's going on with Naomi and Bianca than to watch Jey Uso and Gunther right now. But without that intro and just Jay being hype, I think this feud is kind of dead, man. It has no real life to it in my book. In my book. You know, this is WrestleMania. That's the world title. I'm not holding it to a Jey Uso Gunther standard. I'm holding it to all the other world title matches. I'm holding it to those standards. And this feud, it don't seem hot. You know, it just seemed like it just don't seem hot to me, man. I'm not into it. And like Minx is saying in the comments, Gunther sucks. He's boring as shit. Yes, that is my partner in crime right there, and she is right. I'm not into it, man. And it's not nothing to Jay or Gunther. It's just the blend. I don't like it. I just don't, man.
Yeah. You know, the whole bad part about it is Gunther might take his second loss in a row at WrestleMania. Last year he lost to Sammy for the Intercontinental title after he had like the longest reign ever. And it's like now, you know what I'm saying, he's probably gonna take another loss because you can't have Jey Uso as hot as he is right now. You can't have him go to Mania and lose the title. Like he's about to have his moment when he beats Gunther, but it's like at the same time, it's gonna mess up his aura as a heel because that's gonna be his second loss that he took at Mania for a championship.
And then after what happened last night on Raw, it's clear we about to get a triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Seth. That's the main event for night one. I don't want to see fucking Jey Uso and Gunther close out WrestleMania. They need to be opening, you know. So I'm like, I'm not even into that, man.
Yeah, we got John from the Sports for You podcast. What up, though? He said he think all these feuds having a slow build.
Yeah, they are.
Jay loses and then wins Money in the Bank.
Ooh, I'm with that. I like that.
But see, they should have did that with him last year when he was in the Money in the Bank this past summer.
Just wasted it on Drew for no reason. Like, what the heck was that, man?
Yep. Chuck Jordan, I'm more excited about this Roman Seth Punk battle over Jay and Gunther. Yeah.
Yes. 1000%, man.
We got Minx. I'm all for it. Let's go, whoever. I just want to see the match.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So real quick, let's talk about that Seth Punk and Roman feud right there. What you thinking about that so far?
I like it because they all big stars for one. They all mega stars. This gonna be a hell of a match. But what I really, really like is there is still that level of what is that favor that CM Punk is owed to from Paul Heyman. He
Yeah.
did that favor for what was that at what was that?
Survivor
War
Series.
yeah, War Games. He did that favor. So if they are three entangled into this match and he calls that favor, what does that mean? Is you about to take Paul Heyman from Roman? So I am extremely intrigued by that feud just because of that alone. You don't know what's about to happen. And unfortunately, I feel bad for Seth because he's just the third guy thrown in there. CM
Yeah.
Punk, he proved it in all of their feuds this year. They chanting CM Punk over that dumb song chant. Whoa, whoa. They're not chanting that. They chant CM Punk. And Roman is Roman. As much as I hate to admit it, that condition head bastard, he's Roman. And he's gonna get a huge pop. And I just always feel bad for Seth because he's a great wrestler, but he is never put in the light to be the main guy anymore ever since he stole his money in the bank from Roman at all those other manias ago. So that's the only bad thing I don't like about this match. If it was just Punk and Roman, that'd be great. I hate that Seth feels like a third wheel. I wish he would have some bigger story for himself to elevate himself.
Yeah. We got two comments. Friends of the Square Circle, Otis versus Gunther for the main event. And then we got John. I agree with Abe. Just because you win the Royal Rumble doesn't entitle you to main event WrestleMania. Like how Ric Flair was mad Charlotte versus Rhea didn't main event Mania because Rhea won the Rumble.
That's a good point. Good
Yeah,
point.
that's a
Good
good
point.
point. I agree with that. So yeah, let's get down to I think it's probably the story that, like you said, is probably better than the Jay and Gunther story. The Bianca, Naomi, Jade, Rhea, EO, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Man, that
what you thinking? So what you think about it?
you know, if you'd asked me 2 months ago, when we were filming still, I was like, did they just forget about Jay? What happened? Where is she? Nobody was mentioning nothing. And then they dropped that corny video of Liv Morgan and Raquel in the back that was just so unbelievable. That pissed me off. When I mean they have 360 this thing, and I am fully invested now. The heel time, I mean the turn at Elimination Chamber, the way Jay pulled it off, like she was about to hit Liv and she attacked. Not only attacked, she destroyed Naomi.
Yeah,
That was incredible. And
yeah,
then Bianca and Naomi deserve an Emmy, an Oscar. I had to let it marinate because immediately I said it was one of the greatest female segments of all time. But now that days have passed and I've really watched it probably about 50 more times, it's one of the greatest segments, period. I mean, I felt the passion in both of them. It was incredible. The only thing I did not like was when Jade came back out, she beat up Naomi again. So if we headed towards a match, you kind of took away the luster of it because Jade has
yeah,
already beat her down twice. Why would I want to see another match? Naomi should have ran away and not let her beat her down like that a second time. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining about this at all. It is absolutely fantastic. And if it wasn't for Cena turning heel, this would be the main story going into WrestleMania. Like, I
yeah,
feel bad for EO and Rip. Some way they need to shift gears. It need to be a triple threat match. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's going to be a triple threat. It's going to be Bianca, Rhea, and EO." Somehow we need to shift course, and they need to be Naomi, Jay, and Bianca for that title at WrestleMania. I don't know how we can get there, but I would enjoy that a lot more than EO versus Rhea versus Bianca if that's where we supposedly headed. But hats off to Bianca, Naomi, Jay. They on fire right now, man. Just all of women's wrestling.
yeah,
To me, the top two feuds in all of professional wrestling You got Tony Storm and Mariah May, and now you got
Yeah.
Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. Women control wrestling right now. Hats off to them.
And you can't forget about Roxanne Perez and what she doing over in NXT. Well, actually
Exactly.
NXT and coming over to Raw and SmackDown, having her battles with Bayley.
Then you got Stephanie and Julia about to fight coming up soon. I mean, the women is
Yeah,
killing it.
yeah.
They're killing it right now, man.
What I think is gonna happen with them, I think the story with Naomi and Bianca isn't over. I think that Naomi and Jade are gonna have a match at Mania. Naomi's gotta win this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She can't, like, if she's gonna be a heel, like you said, she done took 2 beat downs. And it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? With this heel turn, she gotta hit a home run with it. You know what I'm saying? She gotta, like, it can't be when she was in Team Bad. Remember when she was with Tamina and Sasha Banks and she tried
Right,
to
right,
turn heel, and it was just, she was doing the whole Funkasaurus thing for so long, it was just kind of like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But I
right.
think under Triple H, I think she could do a better job as a heel. Um, Bianca, Rhea, and Io, it for some reason it kind of feel like we've seen this again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be interesting because it's like, are you gonna give Rhea the belt back at Mania after she just lost it? Why, you know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen with Io if she dropped the title this quick? And then Bianca
Right.
Belair, since she's been wrestling at WrestleMania, she's won a title. She's basically Miss WrestleMania right now. So
Yep.
it's just like, who's gonna win this match? You know what I'm saying? But I would go with Bianca, and after WrestleMania, if they do the draft or whatever, however they do it, have Bianca, you know, she's the women's world champion. Take that belt over to SmackDown. Probably have Charlotte go over to Raw, and Bianca and Naomi had a battle.
Another thing that was interesting about the Naomi situation. I don't know if you watch Rakishi's podcast, but it's a dope podcast. Check it out if you don't. But he was on there and he was kind of playing his character a little bit. He was pissed off. He was going in on Jade. He was going in on Bianca, and he was saying, "I'm sick of my daughter-in-law. I feel like she getting tagged up on, and I just want her to know that she's part of a strong family. And if she needs help, it's there." And his co-host was like, "You can't have men beating up on women." And Rikishi made it a point to say, there are women in this bloodline too, if Naomi ever wants to utilize it. Now that struck a chord in me, man. If
Yeah,
you get Naomi, get Nia Jax, maybe bring the Tongan twins or Tamina
yeah,
back, and you let Naomi run her own female bloodline to go against Jade and Bianca, that's a whole nother level that would blow up my head. So shout out
yeah,
Rikishi for planting that seed. I hope it happened, but who knows, man?
yeah. And you know what's bad? The one person I feel bad about all of this is Jimmy Uso, because it's like he trying to find his spot. He trying to find his spot. Like, Jay is a star. Naomi got like a big storyline. We ain't gonna even talk about Jacob Fatu. Like, Jacob
Right.
Fatu right now might be the breakout star for 2025. And it's
Yeah.
just like Jimmy just trying to find his spot. Like, he doing, it's like he trying to do his own little version of Yeet, and it's just
It's
like,
not Yeeton.
nah, man, nah.
Yeah, I do feel bad. Somebody need to like keep a close eye on him. People in his type of situations, they could drift off into some dark places. So somebody keep a close eye on Jimmy. Keep him out the bars. I know he got some DUI history, but keep that bottle away from him. These are bad times for him, but I hope he figure it out. But right now, with his wife on fire, his brother on fire, his cousins on fire, I just don't see no room for him. I thought that he was going to be in this US title picture with
Yeah,
Nakamura, but they X'd him out of that. Now LA Knight is a champ. If you having Jimmy a baby face, you can't have the two of them fight each other. So who knows?
yeah, yeah. So as we getting close to Mania, what other matches would you like to see, or like what other storylines that are catching your interest?
Logan Paul, AJ Styles. I don't know where that's headed, but to me, I know people give him crap. But Logan Paul is a professional wrestler. People need to stop discrediting him. He puts on great matches. He got in a
Yeah.
hell of a heat. His promo game is impeccable. And I mean, I want to see him. I want to see AJ Styles and Logan Paul, man. I'm looking forward to that. And also, the Intercontinental title picture. I wouldn't mind if AJ and all of them, you know how they love to have 6-man Intercontinental matches at Mania all the time. So I wouldn't mind that as well. So I'm looking forward to what Braun Breaker is going to do. AJ, Logan, those are the guys I got my eye on, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Logan Paul, man. That's because a lot of people be hating on him because he's not a real wrestler or whatever. But the one thing that I give him props for, he respects the business. Like he
Mm-hmm.
don't, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he talk shit as a heel or whatever. But if you like listen to his podcast or little stuff, he when he talking about wrestling, he's always said that training for wrestling is harder than training for boxing. You know what I'm
Right, right.
saying? So I give him props because he, like you said, he is a good wrestler. Bad
Yeah.
Bunny is also another guy that's a good wrestler. You know what I'm saying? As far as like celebrities making that crossover or whatever.
Let's pray Travis Scott can follow their lead, man. I got faith because of them two. Because I doubted Logan and I doubted Bad Bunny. So I'm not gonna doubt Travis Scott. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He might make this work.
Hey, I hope so, man. I could see Travis Scott being like another Javon Evans, my man's from NXT, or
Yeah.
like a watered down version of Javon Evans.
Yeah, I don't know how much watered down because I think Javon is watered down. So I don't know how much watery you can get.
You know what?
Yeah.
I when he like first when I first started watching him, when he started coming on, I you know what I'm saying, I liked him. But for some reason, I'm not feeling this story he got with
Yeah,
Ethan Page.
Ethan. No, not at all, man. Breaking his job, making him look like a little bizzle. Like I ain't feeling that at all, man.
Yeah,
And then they give him the mic too much. He not ready for that much talking. You know, his star comes from his in-ring ability. A lot of times
yeah,
WWE got a bad habit of giving people the mic when they don't need it. Some people don't need to talk. They wrestling speaks for themselves. Like EO last night, I love that segment. Too much talking. You gave the crowd too much time to be like, huh? What? You know, she's a great wrestler. Some of these Japanese wrestlers or foreigners, they don't even need to speak. Let they wrestle and talk for them.
yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's switch over to WWE to AEW.
Yeah.
AEW, what do you they've been in the game for, I want to say maybe like 5 or 6 years. I know that they didn't got the TV deals and stuff like that, but a lot of people have said as far as like the stories and the crowds, it went down a lot. What are your thoughts on AEW?
I think the people that say that don't watch it. And first, let me forewarn everybody. I'm a AEW mark. I happen to enjoy it more than WWE. People on my show, they don't. You know, I get shit for it all the time. But hey, I love AEW. I actually think it's been getting incredible. I feel like in the last 6, 7 months, it feels like somebody else is booking. It feel like somebody else got control over the company because they are not doing big venues, big arenas no more. So now that they
Mhm.
in these smaller venues, it's making it look packed. It's giving it that old school uh uh WCW feel before they got big, right before Nitro, when they was in those small Orlando based Universal
Yeah,
Studio type crowds. That's what AEW been doing. They've been bringing in stars like Bumby, bunch of other people. Sasha, I don't care what people they talking trash about her. She is elevating women. Harley she bringing up Harley. She got her looking like a
yeah,
star right now. uh Tony Storm, Mariah May, that feud is absolutely incredible. John Moxley, what he's doing as world title with his group, the Death Riders, that's been interesting. Will Ospreay is still one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. He's elevated his partner Kyle Fletcher in their feud. I can go on and on and on. So when people say AEW this, AEW that, you don't watch it. It is getting better and better every single month. Now the ratings, I'm not fucking Nielsen. I'm not some fucking guy. What was it? 3.5 million? Was it 65,000? Bitch, I was watching. One nigga, me. I was watching it. I fucking enjoyed it. I don't give a fuck how many people. So I hate when people be like ratings, all this other shit. I fucking liked it. God damn it.
That's what's up. We got a comment from John. He said AEW charging Prime subscribers for the pay-per-view with sick behavior. Hey, they better hop aboard, do what WWE doing. Basically,
yeah, they do.
Buying people buying them, watching them WWE pay-per-views for what, under $20, depending on your Peacock package.
I got a pay-per-view connect, so I steal them all. It don't matter, but hey, I feel it. He right. He right.
Hey, so what do you think about Moxley? You know, I know he's the world champion, but him having the championship belt in a briefcase. What do you think? I think that they got a new belt in the works, and I think they just using that as like a cover up or whatever.
I think that might be the case too, but it was also a few months, maybe like a month ago, he had a really good promo where he really explained why he got the title and the belt. He's saying that he is sick of wrestlers always jumping on Instagram, holding up their belt, taking pictures, and it's like the belt is more important than the actual person. You know what I mean? And he kind of flipping the script. He say, I got the belt in the briefcase because you don't deserve to see it. When you see me, John Moxley, I'm the belt. I'm the heart of this company. When Kenny Omega got hurt, I stepped up. Before Will Ospreay was here, I was here. When CM Punk was off the rails, I held the title. He made a statement in that promo saying, this belt is not needed. I'm the fucking AEW belt. When you pin this belt, when you want this belt, you coming for me. You're not coming to say, I want to be champ. You coming to say, I'm coming to dethrone John Moxley, the Death Riders, and all the terror that they are reigning on AEW. So I think it's dope. I understand what he's doing. He making a statement. And on top of that, a lot of people give Moxley shit for being in the Shield, saying Roman is better, Seth is better. This is his statement moment. He's saying, fuck both of them. I'm the champ. John Moxley is the belt. I've carried this company, and it is no doubt. I used to think Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, but over time, and Cody, over time, the truest, most down-the-heart member, the heart and soul of AEW is John Moxley. You can't say that about Seth. And now with Cody on fire and everything that CM Punk and all them got, you really can't say it about Roman. But Moxley, he is carrying a company for real.
I agree with that. And since he came in from day one, he said it, like, you know what I'm saying, AEW, this is where I want to be. And, you know, I think he also liked the fact that he got that freedom to branch out and wrestle at other promotions. And he was the New Japan world champion at one time.
That's big. So, ain't too many Americans been New Japan world champion. And they got a long history.
Yeah. And I think he just liked that freedom, that the creative freedom that he had. Because before he left WWE, the one character that he had when he had the gas mask on.
Oh, that was horrible, man.
Yeah, I was just like, what are they doing with him or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when he announced that he was leaving and they did the whole Shield thing. They tried to get the last little bit of money they could get out of that. But he's been holding it down in over there at AEW. I would say out of all the wrestlers from WWE that went over there, I would definitely have to say him and possibly Sasha Banks or Mercedes. They've been doing their thing over there.
But let's throw one more in though, because what's about to happen is, yeah, Moxley has been the face for since the beginning till now. But over the last year, it's been a new face. And that's Swerve Strickland. He held that title last year
Yeah,
strong. And after last weekend, he is the number one contender. So you have a major collision coming now where the guy who has held AEW down all these years is in a position to pass the baton to the next guy who is going to hand it down, carry it for the next few years. Because, you know, Swerve got the bag. He is there for the next 5-6 years. So him versus Swerve versus Moxley is like a defining match coming up. The first guy who carried the company to the second guy who about to carry it into the next era, because Swerve is on fire, man. Everything about his life is on fire. He got the deal with Trio Burgers. He got a shoe
yeah.
coming out soon with Nike. He
Oh,
fucking Mercedes Monet. I mean, so yeah, he on fire right now.
yeah. Now I think that's one of the reasons why Mercedes like being in AEW, because she get that creative freedom. She actually
Yeah.
get to, do what she want to do, whatever. And I'm kind of ready to see her and Tony Storm go at it.
Yeah, I think that's next on the agenda. I definitely could see that coming up soon, man. Because Tony and
Cause
Mariah, they done.
because they just had a match at Revolution, like a street fight or something like that.
It was incredible, man. It was the ending of the greatest women's feud in all of professional wrestlings. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. I don't care who want to argue with me. This was the greatest feud in women's professional wrestling history that was told over a 15-month span. They had 3 matches. All 3 were incredible. It was never a dull moment. The story, I've never seen a story told so beautiful, man. And the ending last weekend was just the icing on the cake, man. So hats off to Mariah May and Tony Storm, man. That was brilliant storytelling for 15 months straight. Women
Yeah,
can't do that.
because I was reading, people were saying that match, the women's match, should have been the main event match instead of Moxley and Colt.
I agree. That was a mistake. When AEW do good, I praise them. When they do bad, I criticize them. And I agree with people. That should have been the main event. I was done after that match. My emotions was, I was like, it was like the climax with a woman. I was done. Give me a towel. It's over. You know what I mean? Give me a sandwich, cut on Sports Center. I'm done. So that's how I
Right.
felt after Tony Storm. But it kept going, and Moxley, I didn't like the ending of that match, but hey, it is what it is.
That's what's up. So real quick, what do you think about the Hurt Syndicate since they've been in AEW?
I think it's been good. I think we need the Young Bucks back, and we need FTR to get involved. Right now, they kind of establishing their reign by beating up a lot of lower people. But once the
Yeah.
big time tag teams start challenging them, then it's gonna go up a notch. So right now, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They just solidifying their reign before they run into the heavyweights, which is FTR, Young Bucks, and yeah, just the 2 of them. Those are gonna be some good
So,
feuds coming.
so do you like them as the tag team champions?
I didn't when it started, but when you look at the landscape of the company and how everything is being booked, it's no other place they would fit. So now that I've realized that, it is best, because what we just get when he first came in, it was Bobby Lashley versus Swerve. But then Ricochet came and they pivoted. I've enjoyed what happened to Ricochet. Ricochet is a star now. If he was still fighting with Bobby, that might not have happened. So I
Yeah.
am happy. I like them being tag team champions right now. Eventually, the split has to happen. But right now, that seems to be the only spot for them.
I can dig that. And you think Cedric Alexander is gonna go over there and join them?
Oh,
Because
it
I
will
know
make sense.
that it makes sense, but I know his wife was over there in AEW, Big Swole, and before
Yeah,
she left, she was saying like some stuff about AEW, like they didn't treat her too well, so that might
yes.
play a part.
Hopefully he knows she was just an idiot and just talking out her ass, because how do they not like black people? And they just created one of the greatest black champions ever in Swerve Strickland. I mean, what are you watching, lady? So I think she just took
Yeah,
that the wrong way. And hopefully he understand that, like, she be tripping, man. You know, he just show up because he deserved to be there. The Hurt Syndicate is not complete without Cedric Alexander.
yeah, I agree. But I think that one of the things that I would have liked them to do um, when they came over to AEW is kind of like expand the faction a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I get
Yeah.
what you saying that if you look at the landscape of AEW and a roster, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin being the tag team champions probably is a good spot for them right now. But I
Yeah.
would have liked to see maybe somebody like Private Party turn heel and kind of had that
Mm.
Hurt Syndicate look, you know what I'm saying? So while they got the tag team belts, you can have Lashley go for the world title or singles title and have Shelton go for another singles title, kind of like get all the belts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would have liked that too. And I also would have liked Ricochet joining them, because the
Yeah,
original plan in WWE was the Hurt
yeah,
Business was supposed to be Ricochet, Bobby, and Sheldon. But then Triple H changed it and put Cedric in instead of Ricochet. So I would have loved to see, especially with Ricochet, what he doing right now. He would have fit perfect with them two, man.
yeah.
But it may still happen. You never know.
Right, right. So let's talk about the TNA WWE crossover. We've been seeing lately. Moose has been on NXT. The Hardys on NXT. Been on NXT. Obafemi's been on TNA. And a couple other stars. What do you think about the crossover? And do you think that WWE is eventually going to cross over with other promotions?
Yeah, the crossover, I absolutely hate it. I think what it is like a cowardly thing for Triple H to do, because I'm serious. I look at it like a white flag. Like indies and other promotions are getting too hot. Let's try to grab them and control them before another AEW pops up, because we have, we don't want to have to fight two of those. So I think that's like a cowardly thing they doing. I think I enjoyed TNA way better before all this merger crap. Every time I see an NXT person pop up on TNA, it just look fake. It just takes away what they used to be, you know? And even
Yeah,
AJ Styles, he was on a show the other day on a podcast, and they were like, well, now that they have the merger, wouldn't you love to go over there? And he kind of like subtly said, that ain't the same TNA anymore.
nah,
You know what I mean?
nah.
Like that's like basically saying, do I want to go to NXT? No, I don't. I'm straight right here on the main roster, because they kind of like watered down TNA for those who really watch TNA. Of course, people who haven't gonna say, "Oh, it's great. It was a great merger." Well, not if you was a TNA fan, because now it's kind of watered down. You got your champion, your great legend Moose, about the job to a guy who's only been wrestling for like what, a year, Obafemi. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, they sacrificial lambs to WWE, and that's what I don't
Yeah, because it seems like it don't really seem like a lot of TNA wrestlers are winning. Like
like. Yeah,
one of the big matches I seen some was the faction that Moose is in when they beat the Hardys and Obafemi. That
yeah,
that was like really one of my first times seeing uh TNA stars beat NXT stars.
right, right. And hopefully it keep happening. But now they done expanded it. Now we got WWE ID. So now
Yeah,
they going out tagging everybody. Like, you can't go that. And I know a guy. Like I say, we've been covering independent for a little bit now, and I've been able to meet some wrestlers. And I know a guy who he was signed to WWE ID, and he can wrestle anywhere he wants except AEW. So they
mm,
have an agenda here. This is not just, I want to help the wrestler. This is I want to monopolize the business before it gets out of control and we get too much competition. That's what they doing, man. And that's not fair.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, and I never thought about it like that. Yeah, that because I mean it would be cool to have like another third promotion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Kind of see like a little startup. That's what people was trying to say Vince McMahon was doing or whatever.
He still is. He still
You
is.
you
It's
you
serious.
you think he gonna try to start another wrestling promotion?
I know he is. I have a cousin who works in New York for Fox. There are patents and trademarks being processed right now for under Vince McMahon's name. This is serious motion. 2027 is gonna be a real thing, man.
Mm. Do
Real thing.
you think Shane
2027.
is gonna be part of it?
I don't know. I think if you ask me, I think Shane is running AEW right now behind closed doors. It's just a hypothetical thing, I think.
You know what?
But
I heard somebody. I think one of the guys on my podcast has said that they think that Shane is like kind of
I
like
think
behind the
Shane
scenes.
is behind the scenes because I'm telling you, it was a huge shift. I said it earlier. It was a huge shift when I was watching AEW, and it just felt better. It felt cleaner. It felt stories were being told more fluently. It felt like WWE, but
Yeah,
still with that AEW griminess. And I just in my head since that day when I saw the picture with Tony Khan backstage with Shane McMahon, and then I seen the Young Bucks at the airport with Shane McMahon openly taking pictures and posting them. I
yeah.
know that died off, but that was the moment around when those pictures came out as AEW took their turn. So call me crazy. What do they call those people who conspiracy theorists? But I just think Shane. I think he running AEW because I just got a feeling he is.
That's what's up.
But I wouldn't be mad if he teamed up with Vince. That'd be dope.
Nah, because I could see them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of want to get some revenge for not being in a company, the company that they
Yeah,
started, and just
yeah.
looking at it now how it's grown, and they can't get a piece of that pie. Stephanie's still getting a piece of that pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She got her own
Don't
TV
ever
show.
get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. Vince didn't leave. They pushed him out.
Yeah.
And that
Yup.
man, he is a competitor, and I don't think he's gonna let that rest.
Yeah. He like you said, he probably getting some stuff together. And you said you think 2027 is gonna be a new promotion?
That's what I'm hearing. Everything will be clear 2027 because 2026 is the trial. When that's over, his name is clear. Then he can sign a deal. 2027. I can see that happen.
Do you think that he will make it competitive, like that he will make it big enough to like compete with WWE right away, or you think it'll take
No,
maybe?
he would do the same thing AEW is doing. He would just ruffle some feathers and give people another outlet because as much as I'm an AEW mark, they never gonna catch WWE ever. It's not gonna be another Monday Night Wars. We lived that era. There will never be that type of competition.
Yeah,
But to have somebody on your heels making you work harder as number one, that's always good for business.
definitely. So real quick, to close things out. So what's next for the Holy Shhhhh Podcast, and where can people find your podcast and stay connected with what y'all doing?
So yeah, we took a month off. We've been doing kind of like what we doing right here, just from home. But we are giving this a big. You the first person we're gonna tell this. We had to keep it on wraps. We got a nice little production deal, and we are moving in studio. So we're gonna have like imagine The View, but pro wrestling. So when you see the show, March 20th, you will understand. We all in studio together. It's a great set. It's just gonna be real crispy, man. Professionally done, and we taking this to another level. We love the IWC Internet Wrestling community for those who don't know, but we also, all of us, we come from media. We come from different aspects. So we just taking that professionalism that I've learned from the NFL, that Ron, Chuck, and Minx has learned from the music world, and we bringing it to wrestling, and we're gonna take all this to another level, man, to bring more eyes to the product.
That's what's up.
Appreciate you,
John
John.
from
Appreciate
Sports for You Podcast. Congratulations. That's what's up. So,
yeah.
want to thank you for coming on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, brother.
You had me on your show a couple of times. It was only right that I bring you on and, we chop it up and talk some wrestling. And looking forward to what you guys got going on, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, and it's crazy. I feel like we the only ones from like only wrestling podcasts from Michigan or like the Detroit area. Like I think it's maybe one more. I
Yeah,
think it's the
Ringside Mafia with King Coley and Reddy, and that's about it.
okay, yeah. King Coley, shout out to
Yep,
him.
and that's
Um
it. It's just
and
the three of us.
the whip
I ain't,
insiders.
you got to put me up on them. I'm not for sure about that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to send you
Yeah,
they
send me the
link.
link.
Okay. Yeah, but it just seemed like the Michigan, like as far as Michigan podcasters, it's like real small. So it's like it's a lot for us to just get out here and grab, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know, I met you on TikTok and I'm glad because it was just like, man, somebody from Detroit or somebody from
Yeah.
Michigan is out here. And it's good to see you doing your thing. You guys are killing it. And you know, I'm doing my thing, and we just gonna keep
Yeah,
repping the
every time
313.
I see you posting badges, 4,000. I click like I just got 4,000, man. That's how we do here. But the people don't know that's that Michigan. That's how we hold each other down, man. So when I see
Yeah,
you celebrate, I feel like I won. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Did you want to give any shout outs real quick?
Uh, I just want to say, man, March 20th, exclusively on YouTube. And it won't be on there for long. Trust me, it's going over a paid wall. But so enjoy it while it's free. But March 20th, check out. We still gonna have our lives like we do post shows from our cribs, but we got a really good, crispy show coming. Full length cast, production crew, March 20th, YouTube. It's gonna be dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Real quick before I get out of here, make sure everybody subscribes to Wrestling from the 313. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can also find my podcast and the Holy Shhhhh Podcast on the Wrestling Society Network.com. Just go to their podcast room. You'll see a bunch of wrestling podcasts, and you can click on mine and you can click on the Holy Shhhhh Podcast. And I also want to announce today I hit over 4,100 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm happy about that. Thank you. Yeah, so we on the road to 5,000. It's gonna take us a minute to get there, but we on the way for sure.
On the way.
So for my guest, Abe from Detroit from the Holy Shhhhh Podcast, I'm your boy Mike D, host of Wrestling from the 313, and we are out. Peace.